Again, Coach Hill, thank you for this opportunity. I hope that you can sprinkle that dust on us again so that 26 is as good as 25. But we wanted to talk about outfield play. Again, we're going to go through this pretty quickly, and then I'll let CEO talk about some things that we do on a day-to-day basis. First, I wanted to play this, and I wrote down in my notes. Now, this is data from 2024, all of Division I baseball. And again, guys, please reach out if any of these slides interest you, or if you have questions. Obviously, we're going to have the panel, but we'll be glad to send you those slides. But you can see right here, I'll just point out the biggest ones, but in left field, 83% of the balls were hit with right-handed slider spin. Okay, so you're talking about a right-handed hitter that hooks balls, okay? Center field, they're going to have a little top spin is the biggest one. 50% of the balls hit to our center field are going to be top spin. And then you can see 77.4% of the balls hit to right field had left-handed slider spin. So again, left-handed hitters that hook balls, majority of the balls that we get in right field are going to be that. I show this to show that when you put your hack attack on 7-7-10, like, man, we're just going through the motions. Right, we're just going through the motions. So for us, and I wrote this down, everybody here, again, I never coached high school baseball. I know the struggles, and I talked to a lot of you guys, the struggles that you have financially, trying to get equipment that can help you guys be successful. If any of you guys have been at our field, I mean, our hack attacks, man, they got rust on them. They have to get, like, we use these things so much, guys, that they have to get serviced every year. Okay, so my point is, everybody here has at least one travel team dad on it. Man, give that kid 3 at-bats and have the dad buy you a hack attack immediately. Immediately. Right? Because that hack attack, honestly, could be another coach for you. Okay, but we rarely, if ever, and Coach Shaw gets mad at us when we have a fungo, we always use our hack attack, especially in the outfield. And we put this exact spin. Okay, so today you come out to practice and we're taking BP, and our outfielders are all in our last group of BP. We have 4 groups. Our outfielders are in the last group. Okay, in that first group, our outfielders will go. Every single one of them will go to a specific position. So today, for example, they'll all be in left field. Okay, and today in left field, what do you think they're working on?
Sliders,
right? Right-handed sliders. Okay, so we set that machine up on right-handed sliders. Every single one of them will be in left field. It's going to pull them to the foul line because that's the ball that we're going to get most. Okay, and we rotate back and forth. Now, is everybody going to play center field? No, but we only have 5 outfielders now with the new roster limitations. We have 5 outfielders. You never know at what point is that right fielder going to have to move to center. Right? And I can assure you at Coastal Carolina, like, it won't be the first time he's seen a ball in center field that year. And we rotate left, center, right. We spend the majority of our time in left and right because, again, in center field, most of the balls are going to be true. Okay, with the exception of a top spin, it's still straight at them, but most of the balls are going to be true. So we spend a lot of times going back and forth in left and right field working on those specific balls. Any questions on that? Again, when we go in BP, we have 4 groups. Our first group, our outfielders are going to be in left field working on right-handed slider balls. After they get done with that, the next 2 groups, they will go to their position and play balls live off the bat. As you guys know, I'm not telling you something you don't know, but that's the best work we can get, is those balls live off the bat, working on jumps. We try to now, because before we had guys that try to catch every single ball. We just, hey man, play the ball that you can play live. If it's the 1st and 5th ball, that's okay. But we want to at least get 2 balls out of each round that are live, right? Game action. And then we also give them where the runner's at and then how many outs. So set up a situation so that they're setting their feet and exchanging the baseball to that specific situation. Okay? Any question on that? This is another little graph that we put together. It just kind of shows you, again, just a little more detail about what the balls we work on. But the left fielder, 47% of the balls, again, hooking towards the line, right? So 47% of the direction that we work on those guys, if they're a right-handed thrower, is going to be into his right side, into his throwing hand side. Okay, center field, you see, into his throwing hand side, and then the right fielders, again, left-handed sliders, right-handed throwers, they're going to their glove side. So all these are just basically telling us, again, what CO and I work with our outfielders on the most. Okay, so our left fielder is going to really work hard on going throwing hand side, in and throwing hand side when we go specific individual defense. But again, we can show you all this, guys. This is just something that just kind of piggyback off the batted ball direction.
Yeah, real quick, Coach Oxendine had mentioned it first. I'm a South Carolina product. I'm from Gilbert, played for Coach Burnett, so it's really cool for me to be here with, people that were coaching when I was in high school, some guys I played against, stuff like that. So really cool for us to be here. Switching a little bit from the fly balls to the ground balls, like we mentioned, affordability, right? This little heater machine right here, $120. We use this thing every single day with our outfielders. I think there's a cheaper one that only shoots the foam balls, but this one shoots baseballs and foam balls. This is something that we use every day with our guys to work on ground balls and stuff like that in a controlled setting, controlled environment. Affordability is the best thing you guys can do. Super cheap, super affordable, something we use daily. And then this is a thing that we take our guys through every day. We call it switches, right? Obviously, we just call it switches because they're switching their feet. It's going to play on loop right here. You're going to see. And the biggest thing that we're doing with our guys here is just overemphasize catching the baseball. Obviously, there's no sound in the video, but if there was, you could hear myself, Coach Oxendine, re-emphasizing over and over, hey, like over-exaggerate catching the baseball, over-exaggerate catching the baseball. And all we do when we go through this stuff is just the first one you saw, routine ground ball. We want our guys to field it like an infielder, 2 shuffles, give it to the cutoff in the game, right? Then obviously, as you can see going through, it's going to keep playing on loop, so we can talk a little bit about it. We'll just rotate, like I said, switches, right? We'll go routine ground ball, worry about fielding the ball off your left foot, right foot, glove side turn and backhands. Those are kind of things that just keeps rotating through. But the biggest emphasis when going through this stuff and working on left foot, right foot, all that kind of stuff is we never want our guys to slow down to catch the baseball in game, right? We want them attacking the baseball and running through the baseball, because if they got to stop and chop their feet to time the ball up off of what foot, what's the base runner doing? Running, right? We want our guys to continue run and have the capability to field the ball off of both sides. And then obviously they're all about angles, right? You'll see here in a minute working on the glove side turns, overemphasize sinking your hips, right? The one thing that we'll say during this drill too, and I wear it out, is as the ball gets closer to the outfielders, right, our chest and our hips should get lower. A lot of guys want to try to run, to sprint, and then get through on the side. That's when we have stuff go under our glove, botch it, stuff like that. And then I should have put one in here. I didn't in the clip. Biggest thing too is it's shooting kind of firm, so we'll have guys botch balls. And it's going to happen, right? Especially at our level, your level, everywhere. People are going to botch balls. The biggest thing that we do is overemphasize, don't panic, right? Pick the ball up, dust it off, throw it into second base. And that's kind of the philosophy with our outfield that you'll hear us talk about in a minute. And when we see the biggest thing is eliminating free bases, right? We throw the ball to the cutoff and to second base more than anybody in the country, because we trust our guys on the mound, we trust our infield defense, we trust turning the double play. So not being heroes, overemphasize catching the ball, giving it up to the infielder and letting them make the best decision.
CO.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned fielding off the left and the right, and I'm watching the video, and some are catching on their glove side foot and their.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So,
can you
like
talk to the coach point to that?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, like I mentioned, most of us probably have always been taught, catch it off your glove side foot, get your little crow hop through and stuff like that. And then a lot of people are shifting more towards the opposite, catching on their right. That way they can kind of shuffle through now. We like our guys to be able to do both. Mm-hmm. That way they can attack the baseball and they're sprinting through, and whatever side that they run through it on, that's the side they're fielding it on. Okay. Just to be able to cut distance and be able to, like I said, don't have to try to chop their feet to try to time it off of one or the other. Mm-hmm. That way they, we're cutting distance to the baseball while the guy is running. We're not, trying to slow down and allowing them to, gain more space running.
Another thing, just to piggyback off CO, like as a third base coach, like you're looking at the timing of when the ball hits the outfielders, and you're trying to decide whether you're gonna hold the runner or send the runner. That outfielder's chopping his feet, it's easier for me to continue to wave the guy. Right, if the outfielder gets to the ball quicker, now I have to make a tougher decision, right? Because now the ball is obviously in the outfielder's hand. So I'm not looking as a third base coach, I'm not looking, oh man, he caught it off his left, or did he catch it off his right? We're looking to see, is the ball in his glove? So the quicker the ball gets in his glove, the harder decision is going to be on the third base coach whether I hold or continue to wait. Any other questions on the heater machine? We use the yellow dimple balls. They're bouncy, so we like them to be bouncy for our outfielders. But there's this machine, particularly the one that's 120, I think actually throws baseballs. It'll throw all the different balls.
And it's super affordable. The balls we use are heater balls too. It's, you know, we use them in the cage for swinging and stuff too. They're very cheap for a dozen.
Can you get the balls with the machine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, on the same website.
Go back to that number.
Absolutely.
There we go. Yeah, Heater Sports is the name of the website.
I wish I did. I needed to start NIL. Yes, sir.
It's 160 now.
Well, there's different ones. There's different ones
Yeah,
you
they
can
have like
get.
3 or 4 different models.
Any other questions on that? This is just a little slide of our throwing routine. Basically for us guys, our throwing routine is set up to make our outfielders play more like infielders. We want them to be able to move. We want them to be a little more athletic than just your typical outfield. The big thing for us, and especially as a recruiting coordinator, what I see daily with high school guys is, man, even at our level, no one can play catch anymore. No one can play catch. A simple throw the ball, you catch it, and when I throw it, it's going where it's supposed to go. So again, even with us, I mean, we got guys that potential top 10 rounders on our team right now in the outfield. 6'4" runners that you look at and like, wow, man, this guy should be in AA. But as CEO said, like, it speeds up on him. So the ball's hit to him and he starts to panic and throws the ball all over the place. So one of the things that we're doing with him, especially in our throwing routine, is, and I hate to say this, but hey, man, you need to play at 75%. Like, you got to slow down and be under control so that when you throw the ball, it goes where you want it to go. Okay, so again, you can see, throw inside knee, 10 toes, all that stuff you guys obviously have seen before. The couple things that we've added is the pedal feet hip turn. Okay, so basically it's almost like they're, doing their pedaling on their feet as they're catching the ball. They literally throw a ball up to themselves and they catch it and work on exchanging it like it would happen in a game. And then, obviously we work on long hops every single day, and I'll go quickly to the bottom on quarterbacks on the run. Okay, this is the ball that's going to be hit, I'll just say, to our right fielder, to his throwing hand side, to the right center gap. That's a single, potentially hustle double. He's going to catch it and throw it on the run. Okay, our center fielder is a former shortstop. He fields a lot of balls and throws them on the run. Okay, again, our name of our PowerPoint here is eliminating the extra base. Right, we're trying to hold guys at first base as much as possible. So again, the quicker we get the ball into either the second base or to the shortstop, the better chance we have of those runners stopping at first base. And that's our ultimate goal. Okay. I had, and you guys will meet Matt Pepin, our director of analytics. He's by far the smartest guy that I've ever associated myself with. And I'm gonna pat myself on the back for, I think it was 2018 when I hired you. 2020 when I hired his little ass. But he's been a great addition to our staff. But our center fielder, and again, I'm gonna incorporate this with recruiting. And please understand, like, this is Coastal Carolina and our philosophy, but a lot of times, and I'm not saying this at you guys specifically, man, we got kids from all over the country, but what we like to do is, man, he can really throw. Right, when we're talking about our outfielder, he's got some juice, contact type hitter, he can really throw. But for us, it really doesn't matter. Right? Throwing doesn't matter to us. can he run? Can he go get the ball? Can he throw the ball to second base as quickly as possible? Our center fielder, guys, I had Coach Pepin look it up. Average velocity out of his hand last year, every single time the ball was hit to him, 61 miles an hour. Okay, 61 miles an hour. Now again, he's playing center field, so he got a lot of balls hit to him. That's incorporating the routine lob in. Okay, but his average velocity out of his hand was 61 miles an hour. Okay, we had 2 outfield assists the entire year. I don't need to go back through, but 56 games was the most in the country. We were one of the last 2 teams to play. We had 2 outfield assists. Okay, one was at Georgia State, fly ball to left field. The guy was at second base and for some reason was tagging. I'm not really sure. Right? Lobbed it into third base. He's out. The other one was a missile hit to center fielder. The guy at first was running, caught it, lobbed it to first. He was out. That was our 2 outfield assists. Okay, so I say that to say, man, we all get caught up and man, he can really, really throw. To be honest with you, it doesn't matter. Right? Can he run and catch the ball? Can he cut off balls that should be cut off and not allow the guy to get from home to second? Can he keep him at first base? Like, that's our ultimate goal, okay? And our throwing routine basically is set up, right? Again, do we want to increase arm strength? Man, I'm not going to lie to you. It'd be great if everybody could throw 95. Okay, but what we try to do, especially in our throwing routine, is CO and I we're always down there with them every single day they throw. And if they drop a ball, they're held accountable. Right, so our eyes are on them, making sure that when they catch the baseball, they throw it where it's supposed to go. Okay, when they play and catch, the ball goes exactly where it's supposed to go versus short hopping our second baseman and the guy moving up. Okay? Any other questions on the throwing routine? This is a little, we've been kind of enamored with ChatGPT until a secret. Should have probably told him that. But Coach Owings put this together. Tyler Ross, he's an assistant coach at Northwestern, did some research on outfield assist. And I'll let you guys kind of take a look. 0.4% of all outs were via outfield throws. Okay, this is all power forward in 2025. So you can see 94,322 total outs recorded. 386 were outfield assists. So again, it doesn't matter that your outfielder can throw. Can he run and catch the ball? That is the most important. Can he cut balls off and throw the ball to second base as quickly as possible? Thank you guys, I appreciate it. We'll see you here in the panel.